What you are basically asking is, I don't know if the vaccine's going to injure you, but hey, go get it anyway in order to come into this building. Show me your papers. They did that in Nazi Germany and said, show me your papers, you don't get to enter. You're repeating history.
Here we have a bill that would essentially legalize the discrimination of children simply because their parents have chosen to exercise their religious freedom and avoid putting toxic products into their children's bodies.
And as a parent of a child who has real, very dangerous, very, very scary medical conditions, I am insulted that that is somehow equivalated similarly. It's not. It's not the same. This bill protects kids like my daughter, who could not be vaccinated, who had to have an alternative schedule, who had to go to kindergarten without vaccines, who when COVID hit could not return even when everybody else did.
Misinformation on vaccines is even worse now than it was 2 decades ago. But an interesting thing happened when the government openly lied about the safety and efficacy of the COVID shots. People saw the coercion and manipulation in real time. They heard the media narrative change on a daily basis. They watched friends and family die or be injured by the COVID shots, and then they began to question the entire vaccine schedule. Many daycare providers in Minnesota are not truly private or independent businesses. They take taxpayer money through state and federal grants. So this bill could force us, the taxpayers, to fund companies that would then be allowed to turn around and discriminate against us. That is not acceptable.
Last year we passed a cannabis bill. There's many people that want to do that because it grows from the ground, it's natural. And yet now we're saying to families, by the way, you don't have a choice for a poison that could kill you. It's a medication and a vaccine. And both of them, we all make those choices. But to not give families that opportunity to make a decision is going to be one more step that's going to affect the workforce.
So I've heard a lot today about, medical exemptions and people have, if they have a reaction. And so I have one of those kids. Like, y'all met her. She's the cute little one that sleeps in the back with the curly puffy hair. So Ellie has chilled in pediatric ICU, I don't know, a dozen times. She has a rare autoimmune condition called mast cell activation. She was not able to get vaccinated on a schedule because she did have a reaction. Like, room fills with people with EpiPens and lots of medication, scary, gross reaction. Absolutely happened. You know what happens when that happens? They give you this form and they sign it and they say that she had an allergic reaction and that you can have a conversation about a different vaccine schedule. And you can make choices because she did have a reaction. That is true. But she also had a reaction because she cries sometimes. And her mast cells do weird things. But if Ellie can't be vaccinated because she has a reaction that is true, my daughter's throat has closed. She has stopped breathing from a variety of things many, many, many times. I've been in the scary room in the ER at Mayo with the glass cubicles lots of times. It's a real thing. Yeah, it is very scary. That is not the same thing as I don't wanna. It's just not. It's not the same thing. This bill protects kids like my daughter, who could not be vaccinated, who had to have an alternative schedule, who had to go to kindergarten without vaccines, who when COVID hit could not return even when everybody else did. And I'm very tired of being looped into a group that is somehow the same. Rep. Freiberg's bill does not say that my daughter can't still get a medical exemption for the things that she is genuinely allergic to. That's not what it does. So let's just clear that up. Thank you, Rep. Freiberg, for protecting kids like my daughter. Thank you. I appreciate you very much in this space.